Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Otaku Outtakes. I'm Game Master of Otaku Takeout, Chance Robertson. With me today is, and always, is co-host and owner of Otaku Takeout, Jesse Pruitt. How are we doing today?
We are good. Very excited to be doing episode 2 this month.
This was so much fun when we did it last time.
We had a blast last time, so I am looking forward to getting this one kicked off. If you joined us last time, you'll notice the layout's a little bit different.
A little bit different.
We tend to run any of our web shows from the opposite end of the tables towards the bar, but we were catching a lot of arcade
sounds. So we figured that this would be the best way to make sure you guys got much more clear, crisp experience for the show.
Absolutely. So, and if that's not the case, if there's still a lot of background, please let us know. It was based on your feedback, is why we change things up in the first place, as we always do. So
absolutely,
keep that in mind.
You get your feedback is what keeps us growing and getting better.
Absolutely. Cool. So just like last time, we'll do a quick little overview of what we got coming up. We've got the show's broken up into multiple segments. We've got our Hot Off the Truck, which will be the new items that we have each picked out that we would like to showcase. We've got our Snack Attack, where we will try a few different new food items that never before tasted. So you get the honest reaction. We will be ranking those. It's a lot of fun.
On the Sugoi scale.
That's right. Yeah, 1 out of 10 Sugoi. It's a very scientific method of ranking, so we're very excited about that. The next segment is the Will It Bulldog, and so for anyone who's not familiar with Bulldog, by Samyang, a very spicy noodle typically. But they package the sauce. Chance is kind of a connoisseur of the. Tell us a little bit about the Bulldog sauce.
So the Bulldog sauce is because of how popular Bulldog was in just flavor. But there's a lot of different types of noodles, and they realized that. So they made the hot sauce so people could put it on just about whatever they wanted, which Bulldog, thank you, I appreciate it. And it's pretty hot. Bulldog is known for being a pretty hot sauce.
Yeah.
So we make it fun to burn our mouths a little bit.
I experienced that firsthand for the first time last month, but we actually have a special Will It Bulldog for you today. So it's a little bit different. That then primes the pump for the
last thing, which is Hot Takes.
Yes.
Which is a extremely fun game, and it's interactive with you guys as well, where we will take a statement and we will take a stance on it. If I take a stance saying I agree with this, it doesn't matter what Jesse's feelings about it are, he has to take the exact opposite stance, and he's got to argue for his life.
That's the disclaimer. So just for the record, because the other one has to argue the counterpoint no matter their personal feelings, please do not hold it against us if you hear us fiercely debating something that you disagree with.
If you didn't catch it last time, one of the questions was: is anime dub sometimes better, or if not just as good as regular anime, the sub? And I backed him into a corner where I made him essentially even agree with my side of the statement because of how big of fans of Full Metal Alchemist we are.
Yes, in its dub form. So I'll watch subbed, I'll watch dub, but when it comes to he knows that this is my favorite show of all time, and we've watched that dubbed. And so
I was playing very meta, which was the first question of the.
And so yes, he is the reigning S-rank Senpai Supreme from the Hot Take segment. But it was a lot of fun. I loved it.
It was a whole lot of fun.
It was
Absolutely.
It was great. So, and then we'll wrap it up with the last call, recap, answer any questions you might have. Certainly take any suggestions or feedback. Is much appreciated because, like I said, we make changes based on that. So.
Absolutely, and this is an unscripted show, and we interact with the audience. So at any point in time, feel free to comment. I have a computer right here next to me, and I will read. We also take suggestions and stuff from the audience, especially when it gets to the segment for Hot Takes. We have some segments that we've already like pre-picked for us to choose if we want to, but we would really more like to choose from statements given to us by the audience, by the customers in the store. So
yeah, so just you can certainly throw a topic idea out, and it's something. Just keep in mind something that we would take very polar opposite positions on.
Absolutely,
and we would love to debate it. So
it's going to be fun. Yeah. Absolutely,
cool,
amazing. All right. Anything else we want to talk about in this little section?
Yeah, so we've got our upcoming events. We do like to highlight our stuff in store. We do a ton of in-store events. The big one coming up that we don't yet have a date for, but will actually next week. I think we'll have a solid
get that
date
ironed out.
Yeah, will be our Cherry Blossom Festival. It's usually at the end of this month, beginning of next month. That just to give you kind of a time period. But our Cherry Blossom Festival we work around Hot Springs Cherry Blossom Festival because we're big fans of the Sister City program over there, and we are part of that as well. And so that's very exciting. So we'll get our Cherry Blossom Festival stuff up soon. If you haven't been to one of our festivals,
it's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, weekend-long events.
Yep.
We always work in some traditional festival games.
We have things like trivia, cosplay contests. We've done food tastings. We've had live music performances. We've had live circus performances. We've tried to get creative and innovative with it pretty much every time that we do it. We do 4 festivals a year. We kick it off with Cherry Blossom Festival. Then we have a Summer Matsuri, Tsukimi Festival in the fall, and then Sapporo Winter Festival generally at the end of the year.
Yes, and so it's always a lot of fun. If you were here for the year that Chance was in the dunk tank at the Winter Festival, that was his idea, but it was a lot of fun.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
that was a rough day. Other than that, Chance has actually got some of our more, we have more consistent events, like our weekly events. Tell them a little bit about what we've got coming up.
So we do events every Thursday through Sunday, and this next upcoming weekend is events that are near and dear to my heart. The easiest one to talk about. We have sessions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The 14th, 15th, and 16th is Dungeons and Dragons.
Absolutely.
We are super big fans of that. We do virtual tabletop up here using the D&D Beyond maps. I have pre-made characters, dice, everything that you need, so you don't have to bring anything. You just get up here and have a ball playing with your fellow adventurers. And that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We sell the tickets online on the website, or you can come into the store. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. This one is special because it's a tie-in. It's a universe tie-in to an IP that we are both personally big fans of.
Absolutely.
And that is Monster Hunter. And I have even titled this one shot "To Hunt a Monster."
It's going to be so much fun. And what he won't tell you, but I will, is so for you to be able to just show up and play a one shot, that's cool. But the amount of energy and quality that these one shots turn out to be, it's incredible, and it's because of the prep that he puts in. We bounce ideas off of each other, usually quite a lot. So we really hammer it out, and this one's I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a fan of D&D or you're a fan of Monster Hunter, or if you're like us and you're a fan of both. I mean, you cannot go wrong.
I want you to come even if you're a fan of neither. I'll make you a fan of both.
It's true. I mean, because of how polished it is, you just show up and play. It's a lot of fun. Absolutely. So that's the 14th, 15th, 16th. What do we get? What else we got going on?
Also on the 14th, we have week 3 of a wildly successful Commander League. It has been a whole lot of fun. We haven't done a league in a while, and what a league is, for those of you,
Magic,
this is Magic the Gathering. Absolutely, yeah, thank you.
Of course.
It's a 4-week long event. So it's every Friday for 4 weeks, 6 to 10. We track points throughout the entirety of that night and the course of the 4 weeks. Last week, this last Friday, we had this most recent Friday, we had 25 players just for that league alone. We had a whole lot of prizes. We had wheels that we were spinning on the TV to give away prizes to people. It was a blast, and we weren't even expecting that many people. So that was week 2. This upcoming Friday will be week 3. So there's still half of the league to do, half of a lot of prizes to give out, amazing things to win, and there's a lot of really cool people that come to these leagues.
Yeah, and I think this is important to point out for somebody who has not shown up to prior weeks. That's not a requirement.
No, not at all.
You come in, there are prizes for that week.
Yes.
And then there are overarching prizes. But yeah, you're totally eligible for prizes that week. it is casual Commander. It's a ton of fun. You bring your deck up here. You can get it. Of course, we have decks. I mean, we've got decks for sale. We've got decks for rent. I mean, we've got you covered. It's a great opportunity to learn how to play Magic. If you're not, it's the most popular format of Magic there is. So I'm thrilled, especially with player counts like that. Like we were talking about it this week. We
decided in the moment to raise the prizes because of how many people that we had.
We had that many people show up. Let's up the ante on the prizes, and it's possible based on that turnout.
Man, yeah. So, for instance, our winner of last night, he paid $10 to get in. He left with a pack of cards. I think he might have won a random prize, and then his prize for winning that week was a $49.99 pre-con Commander. Like he got an entire new deck just by
that was a great night
showing up and playing. So it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, so please come out if you're somebody who plays Magic or you're interested in Magic. This is a great opportunity, and you can win prizes just that night. And I have to point out that we did make as equitable a point system as possible. So it's not just you're showing up with the best deck. And you're going to get cleanup and all the prizes. No. What are the prize?
We have ways that you can earn extra points, and there's ways that you can actually get points taken away as well. Certain things that you can strive for in the game, like doing 100 points of damage in a single turn, doesn't even require you to win that game, but you get a point just for that. If you beat all your opponents in one round, that is an extra point.
Do you have one for?
Not this time, no. We do have, if you finish the game with over 100 life points, you get there. Okay. If you bring in a friend that has not been to the league before, they get 2 extra points there.
Yeah.
There's quite a few different things. And then we even discourage turn 0 to 2 wins, turn 0 to 3 wins, and that is actually minus 2 points. So you essentially get the same amount of points as everyone else who lost.
Yeah, so somebody, and what that means, if you're not familiar, is if somebody brings in some insane deck that can win right out the gate, they're actually penalized for that. That's not the goal. The goal is not to demoralize and destroy, before anything even gets going.
It's more for the fun of everyone involved.
Exactly.
And that's really what it comes down to. And every 30 minutes, we spin a wheel that has every player's name. That player comes up. They decide prize or spin the wheel.
Yeah.
They spin the wheel, and that has a list of prizes. And then one of the prizes that you could win on the wheel, guess what it is? It's another wheel. And then that wheel has other things on there. And I don't know why, but it has just become so much fun. The people go crazy when these wheels are spinning on the TV.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, who can argue with that? Wheels are fun.
Wheels are fun.
So that's going on. That's continuing. How many more weeks do we have? It's on Friday.
We have 2 more weeks, and then in the comments here we say Nathan Goyer says Commander League is fun so far, and I imagine he would say that he's the one who won the pre-con last night.
Congratulations, man! Congratulations, that's awesome.
Also right there.
So after. We've got the Commander League for 2 more weeks on Fridays.
Yep.
After that, or what? Actually, before that, when is our next cosplay workshop? Is it
next cosplay
next
workshop? It is not next.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it while he's pulling it up. This is hosted by our very own.
This is
Jesse
3/23.
On the 23rd, it will be of this month, and she always tries to make the cosplay workshops as applicable to cosplayers as possible across different, themes and genres and things of that nature. And so this next one I think is particularly helpful, and it is making a mold, basically a body shape for yourself.
Absolutely.
To be able to create essentially a custom mannequin for yourself to then be able to utilize in your cosplay.
That way you're not trying to hot glue things onto your own body,
You know what? A crazy side story about that.
Have you done this to yourself? Let's get the tea, everyone at home.
I did not have a body form, I think is what they're called. And it wasn't actually me. So this was my first year dealing with EVA foam, and I decided to go as a classic Mr. Freeze. And I've
seen the pictures.
Yeah, and so I had a plant dome that I used for the helmet. I talked my beautiful wife into cosplaying as Poison Ivy, and we got a green one-piece bathing suit, and she had tights, and we went to the craft store, got ivy, like fake ivy.
Yeah.
Proceeded to pluck every single leaf off of this,
man.
and we were like, we started just putting it on, with the hot glue, and I think she tried it on at like a row in, and we were like, oh, it stretches, as when it gets put on a body,
okay.
Because when it's just a flat suit, you just start gluing it on, and you're like, oh, this looks great, and then you put it on, and it stretches, and you're like,
breaks.
no, didn't have a body form, didn't even think of something like that. So yeah, she suffered through hot gluing every single while on, and it turned out incredible. It looked
the
great.
pictures they do look great, but to circle back, so you don't have to go through that. Come to this cosplay workshop. You will learn how to make your life so much easier, and that goes for like even if you're an experienced cosplayer and you know how to do that, come and help some other people learn. Yeah. Come and enjoy people who enjoy the same kind of craft that you do.
Save someone the pain of that.
Absolutely.
Of the hot glue.
Hand it down.
So that is coming up on the 23rd. That is a Sunday, I believe.
That is a Sunday. Yes.
Perfect.
That's 3 to 5 p.m. Next big thing. This is a little bit further out, but it's something we're very excited about. The 4th, 5th, and 6th of April is the newest Magic the Gathering set, Dragonstorm. We have our in-store pre-release events. We are so excited. This is the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Come on out for that. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. They're doing something a little bit different with the pre-release system that they usually do.
Yeah. To highlight each of the factions in Tarkir. So. If you're not aware, Tarkir is a setting that they've done in the past. It was very popular. They're bringing it back.
Incredibly.
And I am personally I love dragons. It's a dragon-based set. But I am personally very excited because it seems to be expanding on the lore. Like when you think of Magic the Gathering, this like fantasy setting, they seem to be really going in on this. Whereas other products have been a little more... had kind of a shtick to them, like Aether Drift, where they're race car drivers, Thunder Junction, they're cowboys, that sort of thing, that sometimes referred to as hat sets. Not necessarily my cup of tea.
Sometimes he refers to them as hat sets.
Yes, I do. But the Dragonstorm Tarkir is going to be it's that core fantasy that I crave in Magic.
Absolutely.
So, very excited for that.
This is very what you expect of what I think what non D&D players expect when they hear Dungeons and Dragons is exactly what is happening with Tarkir.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a ton of fun. If for whatever reason, if you don't get it, if you've not played anything up until that point, pre-release would also be a good opportunity to come in and learn how to play. You're
going to make 20 new friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy.
Yeah, everybody loves to show you, especially if you come in and you really just kind of overplay being the newbie. People swoop in, they want to help you out.
Everyone wants that mini-me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my newbie. You know?
That's the same strategy I use. I'm not much of a gambler, but if I go into a casino, I don't do slot machines and stuff. I'm going to play a card game. I usually gravitate towards blackjack. And when it's all the players versus the house, and you go in and you're like, man, it's my birthday and I haven't played in forever. What do I do? They love it. They are happy to tell you what to do, when to hit, when to stay.
You're learning all your hacks.
Yeah, and so it's the same vibe up here. I mean, people just if it's something that they're passionate about, and you're like, oh, please help me, teach me. I mean, they usually can't help themselves. They love it, and we've got a great supportive community of players, so that certainly doesn't hurt anything.
We've got someone on Twitch saying, is it just audio? I just see a black screen. No, there should be video coming through. Everything is streaming fine on our end. If somebody else let me know if we're having any issues there, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I wonder if it's just on Twitch.
I believe so. But we will get that fixed out.
Yeah, I know at least on Facebook it was running, on YouTube it was running, but I don't think either of us pulled up Twitch, so we might need to. I wonder if we can pull somebody to take a peek see. Maybe we can grab Coop. Cool. So that basically covers our what's coming up and what we're excited for. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover before we jump on into this next section?
I mean, that is kind of the bulk of the next month of events for us. Yeah, that's roughly about it for us on the next month of in-store events.
Cool.
I'm very excited.
Let's go back Twitch, see if you can pull that up.
Yeah, give us one moment, guys.
We're gonna check in on that Twitch. We want to make sure we're getting maximum coverage. Look at this guy. You see this fella behind me? This is who. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's who won big.
Incredible.
Cool. All right, next segment then. Let's jump into it.
We go now to Hot Off the Truck. Incredible. Hot Off the Truck is where we like to take a few things in store, whether they are new or something just interesting to us. We're going to show them off to you so you guys can get an idea of just some either stuff that we're passionate about or something that's new to the store.
Yep.
Who went first last time? So I'm gonna
Chances
go here
up.
first.
Yep. Go for it.
Now, I have to preface. I'm so sorry. I know last week that my theme was Monster Hunter, but it is again.
Look at these guys.
These are so cute.
These little egg guys. Now, he's not. This is, so there's two actual lines of these plushes,
Yes.
and I'll let you talk more about it, but I do just want to make a distinction. We have a ton. There's a ton more in this chibi style.
Yes.
This egg line was a little more limited.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And we are getting very, very low on them. Pretty much this Rajang and Kuliyaku are the only ones that we have left.
Okay.
Now, this is actually specific. Not only do we have more of this chibi line in the store, this is not just a Rathalos. This is the Monster Hunter Stories Rathalos. So this is the one that you can essentially like train and kind of raise up into wilds. But especially with us doing a Monster Hunter Dungeons & Dragons, that's why I went ahead and did the second episode. But I wanted to bring out some stuff. Now, another thing that we did, because last time we had a hard time kind of showing you some of the items that we did, we have a new toy.
A little close-up handy cam.
A little
Love it.
close-up handy cam. And it works like this.
Let's check it out. Oh, nice. Yeah, look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at this guy.
Look at that mean old boy Rajang.
And the squish on these can't be.
It is soft.
Like under. Yeah, it is such a good. It's a good, satisfying squish. So, really loving these guys. Look at that. Look at that form.
These are amazing. I'll get a little bit of a close-up on this Rathalos as well. Here, let me. Looky there.
Yeah, so cool. Now, some of the other monsters we have in stock in this line, off the top of your head.
We've had the silver, we had a silver Rathalos, a gold Rathian in this line. I think we got the Fatalis series, the white, the blacks.
Yeah.
These are amazing.
Cool. All right. We're so excited about this little handy cam. Flip it back though. Let's see. Nice. Check that out. That's cool. I like that. I wonder if the little handy cam showed up on Twitch. We'll work on Twitch during the intermission. That won't be too far off. Cool. Or you got it. Actually, he's working on it right now, so maybe we'll get some headway. Do you want me to jump over into my product, or do you want to?
Right ahead.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the Monster Hunter plush. Oh, I have to say before we move on, Wilds, of course. If you're not playing that, it's an incredible game. We're very excited about it. Is what kind of prompted, the D&D crossover, and I think had a little bit of influence on the selection today.
A little bit.
But yeah, it's so much fun. If you haven't got a chance to play it, highly recommend it. I've been having a blast. Everybody I've talked to up here who's playing it's having a blast. So, Monster Hunter Wilds, check it out. Cool. Well, then I'm gonna kick over to my selection. I've got like a stack of stuff to show you guys.
And everything that we are showing you guys are available in store and online.
That's right.
So if you see anything that you like and you're not even, let's say, not able to come in store, go to our website otakutakeout.co and you can get it for yourself.
Okay, so most of you are probably aware that we do like Gundam along with other models in store. This new product is Bandai, so it is the folks that do our Gundam, does our One Piece ships, A lot of, kind of the bread and butter of model kits. And so that also includes 30-minute missions, which is like a not Gundam mech line.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice because it breaks off of that Gundam aesthetic. Is 30-minute missions. Well, they've come up with a new line called 30-minute fantasy. And I think there's some lore to this because they've got, I wonder if it'll be easier to hold. Oh yeah, for these boxes I'll hold up to the camera.
They have the two factions, the Roseanne and the Liber factions for these guys.
I thought it was Rosin.
It might be. It might be Rosin.
This is kind of your antagonist, the Rosin group, and then you got your Liber faction. Is your good guys is kind of definitely given the aesthetics, that's the vibe that these are giving off, and so they're really cool. 30-minute fantasy. Each of them are based off of these like fantasy. It definitely gives. I feel like we've been on a fantasy
definitely
roll
kind of like
today.
Like JRPG class systems.
Exactly. So here you've got your fighter. Here you've got your knight. But it doesn't stop, and they're going to come out with a lot more.
I've seen Viking,
the Rogue,
Rogue one looks sick.
The Rogue looks, it's some kind of something in that archetype.
Absolutely.
So really excited about those. But so can you get multiple figures? Yes. And interchange their parts? Yes. But if you want to, even though these are very affordably priced at $24.99, they have these upgrade kits. So for our Liber folks here, we have a Viking kit and a Paladin kit, right? These are $14.99, so they're cheaper, and it comes with a full build of gear for this faction. Of course, you can still use it on this faction. You can do whatever you want with it. And then for the Rosin's not left out, we've got you can upgrade your knight to the Holy Knight, and you can upgrade to the Rosin Paladin. So right now we have the 4 of these subsets ready to go. 2 of the base models are the ones that I'm showing off. We've actually got a couple of more available, but I wanted to definitely show off these like factions, between the heroes and not hero villains. I don't know, but they're all really cool. Very excited about this line. When we do our next model kit build, I have a strong feeling these will probably be the sets that we'll end up doing because we were both pretty stoked about it. So cool. Now we have a little special unveiling.
Oh, yes.
A new product that has come in. We usually just pick one thing each to pull in, but this next one is a franchise that is...
We're both pretty excited about it.
A franchise very close to both of our hearts. So we wanted to show it off.
Something we both spent a lot of time on.
And we're back to the
Back
plush.
to it again, yeah.
All right, check it out. Boom. Oh yeah, they're probably not gonna sit at all, are they?
Oh no.
Check them out. We got the whole squad, and I just gotta say, these are the U2's line Baldur's Gate plushes. U2's kind of has these signature happy eyes, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
But the detail on these for a plush, it's so incredible. Yeah, you even got your boy Owlbear here. The details on these things are ridiculous. Like Astarion's jacket has actual like,
Okay, let's do this.
doily filigree on here. Yeah, close up cam. Look at this. These actual little doilies on here. I mean, this is crazy. Not to mention the different materials that this stuff's made out of. So he's got like, it's like felt and stuff in the belt. The jacket is some kind of, I don't know, some kind of lighter reflective material. So it, definitely befitting of noble garb that he's got on here. I mean, incredible embroidery in the eyebrows and in the face, and that's just Astarion. Like Shadowheart, they went with like this, piece of ribbon for her like headband. You got layers on layers of material, like felt in different materials, embroidery all baked in. I mean, she looks incredible.
I think her scar is more noticeable in this plushie than it is in the game.
In the actual game. Lae'zel, okay, come on. look at every single jewel embroidered, incredible. The print, to get her skin pattern right, so cool. The hair details.
The hair is awesome.
This set, so my sister scooped in, co-owner, Gwendolyn Herzig, came in, saw these in here, scooped the entire set in one go. I got to show off Gale a little bit. Even on his, more subtle outfit, he still has different materials put into it. Still really incredible. Now, Will doesn't get much love from me, but I'm sure he's got his fan base out there. But even his little buttons are individual. So so cool.
And of course,
the belt buckle. And then
the
everybody's
best boy.
favorite, yeah,
the best boy. Look at that.
Yeah, the fuzz on the chest.
He's so fluffy.
Yeah, he's good. Look at this fuzzy chest. Check him out. So we've got the whole line in. These have been pretty popular. When people tend to come in, they're scooping the whole set.
Absolutely.
Not usually just one. They're getting them all. And what is the price point on these guys? They are $34.99, and I'm telling you, quality-wise, this is tough to beat.
Man, this owlbear is also $34.99, and
he's
I
like
expected him.
twice the
I expected him to
size.
be more. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. So we're big Baldur's Gate fans. When these guys came in, I'm like, holy crap, these are cool. So we had to show them on. They're here.
I specifically have spent hundreds of hours.
Cool. All right, that is our hot off the truck segment. Very excited to have gone over some of that new stuff. Monster Hunter, great. Those new fantasy models, I can't wait to build some. And then Baldur's Gate. I feel like we're on a fantasy roll today.
Yeah, I really
and it's
do.
going to keep on. I'm realizing now. I'm thinking ahead.
I remember.
This is like the fantasy episode.
And we didn't even do.
On purpose, we did not.
No, not at all. But it is exciting. We're both fantasy fans, so I think we're just going to run with it.
Yeah.
Episode 2, the fantasy. And I want to go ahead and throw out to the people, when we do our intermission, we are going to see what we can do about fixing Twitch. If we have any kind of other issue with that, we might just shut Twitch down for this individual stream, and we'll still have Facebook and YouTube going. So thank you for your patience with us on that.
So the way the next segment works, it is our snack attack segment. It does require us a little bit of
prep.
Yeah, a little bit of prep, like 5 minutes or so. So we will pop off, take care of that, and then we'll be right back to enjoy some new snacks, give you our feedback.
Absolutely.
Award those Sugoi points.
We gotta rank everything on the Sugoi scale.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. So we'll be back soon.
And we're back. We appreciate that patience with us. And it is now
time for Snack Attack. Oh,
Snack
yeah.
Attack.
Oh, that's a little baby Godzilla.
Look at little Godzilla.
He's so happy. Look
Look
at
at little
him.
Godzilla.
Eating his snacks.
It's so cute.
Well, we're about to be eating our snacks. So, as established last time, we will be running through a noodle and today a ramen available in store. Today, by our very own Presley Standrich's recommendation, we are doing the Minraku brand spicy sesame ramen, which I really wanted to go for one with a broth this time because last time we did a brothless, like a more of a yakisoba kind of, or carbonara. I guess it was more like. So we wanted to go with a soup this time, and she recommended the spicy sesame. So I'm excited to try that.
I love how it starts off spicy.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. If you know it's coming later. Followed by, we will get into our savory snacks. We're very excited about this as well. I was just like, oh yeah, it's weirdly become the fantasy episode.
We'll come a little bit more in detail when it gets to the actual savory part.
Yes, this is a new product in store that has done exceptionally well.
Excessively well.
It's from a company called Mythical Meats. They actually started with meat sticks that were like inspired by fantasy creatures. So they'd have like
Griffin, Manticore,
like dragon, all the
kinds
stuff
of things
that you would
100%.
expect. Yeah. Then they said they got a call from a little company called
Wizards of the Coast,
Hasbro, and they were like, "We want you to take the Dungeons and Dragons license and make adventurers rations out of the meat sticks." So we have here today. I've got some Bard adventure rations, and each one has got a flavor profile that is meant to represent the class. So the Bard, for example, is buffalo-style chicken with beef. I've got the Sorcerer here in my hand. That's habanero barbecue pork. I mean, it sounds incredible. And then we will be trying. What do you got there?
We have the Barbarian and Druid flavors. The Barbarian is a sriracha-flavored duck with beef and chicken stick. And the Druid, the Nature Nibble, is a honey barbecue-style turkey with beef stick.
That's my choice. I'm excited for it. And then we're going to top all that off with our sweet choice of the day. We have our Jaga Choco, the chocolate-flavored potato snack. So this is chips dipped in chocolate.
I'm going to be honest, already this is the one that I'm the least sure about.
But like I said, we've not tried any of these prior, so you will get our live, honest reactions on each. Can they see any of these?
No, it's kind of out of the frame, unfortunately.
Okay. Well,
but we can also, before we eat everything, we can do a close-up camera.
There we go. Is that better? You can at least, you're aware that it's here now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll work. Boom. There it is. Watch this. Let me MacGyver this together. I'm gonna gonna lose it on the meat sticks. Whoa. Check that out. Maybe. All right, I'm about to give up on this.
The glare from the ramen is fun.
Okay, it is what it is. You can see these two. We're gonna enjoy those meat sticks. You know it. It's coming. All right. So, first up, we have got our spicy sesame ramen.
This is what it's looking like just to start.
Yeah, we've got a creamy broth. So we split it. We both had our lunch today. And we will be circling back. So the way this is gonna work, we're gonna try this first. We'll get you that Arsagoi scale. A little bit of feedback on how we like it. We'll save it. Circle back in the next segment. Cool. You ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Itadakimasu.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I gotta swirl it around a little bit.
Yeah. Reconstitute it a little bit here. It smells good. I definitely smell the sesame.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
It's good. It's savory.
Sesame gives it a nice little like pop on the teeth. You know?
Yeah. So, in terms of spice, what you'll see on this show, is pretty wide ranging. This to be advertised as a spicy product.
It is not spicy.
This is a very doable. Like, if you are not a spicy person, you'll be all right with this.
Like, and so this is like a mild kind of spice. I am a spicy kind of spice. So I don't know if you can actually taste spice in this at all. Me being a spicy person, I cannot. This just tastes like, to me, like a sesame.
Yeah, so,
rather than anything else.
And I'm not a big spice person, so yeah, I can taste it. It's there, but even for me, it's a very low threshold.
Very low. Yeah.
I mean, I like the flavor.
Very good entry is low.
Yeah, it's the noodle's good, and that matters to me a lot. The noodle gets too soft, too soggy. I'm not a fan.
It gets hard to eat.
Yeah, this is a good firm noodle. I like the sesame, a tinge of spice to it. I mean, I feel like I probably give this noodle a solid 7 Sugoi.
7 Sugoi?
Yeah.
I actually was thinking pretty much the same. I was thinking right along 7. 7 Sugois.
Congratulations, Minraku, on 7 Sugoi.
Already there was some things that went a lot lower than 7 Sugois on the last week, and they were all still pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So can't
a good start.
Yeah, great start.
Fantastic.
Put that back here. So let it get nice and cold for the next round.
Yes, absolutely. And then, so excited.
Yeah.
I do want to preface, we have had the mythical meat sticks before, but we both chose flavors that we haven't had yet.
Correct. Yes. And you know, I have. If this is a product that you're interested in, I can personally vouch for the cleric. If you like, I want to say it was some kind of teriyaki. Or no, it was Hawaiian barbecue. That's what it was. It was incredible. So, highly recommend the cleric. Yeah, you get in the close up. I love. They all have their little names. So you got, it says barbarian. You got the primal protein, and then what's in it. Here you got the druid, nature's nibble, and then what's in it. So, forgive our very wrinkly backdrop here, but these products are a lot of thought went into these. I think it's a really cool concept, and our customers agree. I mean, they've been super popular since we started carrying them. So we will have a lot more of these available.
The day after we got these in, I had a D&D session, and one of my players bought the multi-bag and one of the bottles of hot sauce, and he shared it with everybody. So
that's awesome.
We had a whole D&D party of eating the mythical meats. Everyone had their own class.
It
was so cool. I think my only thing that I would like them to add to this, give me a dang Dungeon Master flavor.
We are DMs in our groups, and so that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
And I just have to say that not every party has a rogue, not every party has a barbarian, but every single one has a DM.
Yeah, that's a strong point. That is a strong point. Yeah, I'm here for it. Well, and we did different flavors. So I went with the druid. I've not tried that. Chancellor has
primal
the barbarian.
protein.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. I'm excited, and this is I think I said it already, but this is a honey barbecue style turkey and beef. So
I've never had duck. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and I'm going for a healthy bite here. Probably 2. I'll probably break this up into 2, and then save the rest for the next segment. We should have cheersed our meat. Never. I hope Ty's not watching. First impressions on this, I feel like I can tell it's a turkey product.
Yeah.
You know how you'll bite into like a Slim Jim or even some of the other flavors of this, and maybe yours is this way, and it just smacks you with like richness and flavor.
Yep.
This is way more tame. This takes a little bit of a build. It's got a sweetness to it. This is a subtle. I mean, it tastes almost like it's a lighter. It's weird, but it's like a lighter, meat snack. So I mean, yeah. A little different. I imagine your experience.
Mine's a little bit more out there. I'm not gonna lie. The sriracha it hits you pretty quickly, and it's good. It's not like a spicy sriracha or anything like that, but you get that flavor of spice there. And then just like you were saying, like there's a specific type of flavor you get when it's like a turkey stick or a beef stick, but when you have a duck with beef and chicken stick, all three of them are kind of fighting for identity here.
The turducken of meat sticks.
Turducken.
And then we just throw a sriracha on top of it. Oh, there's literally like a jalapeno or something sticking out of yours. Wow. and I feel like I can see the beginning of another one. That is so cool. So flavor-wise, yeah, I mean, so, I feel like there's an audience for this. I personally would I think I prefer the punch of it. If I'm having a meat stick, I kind of have an idea of what I want. My wife would love this because it is not super rich, overpowering, like meaty flavor. You definitely are getting more of the honey barbecue coming through of the turkey, and so it's a very mild meat stick. I mean, I would totally eat this again. I don't know if it would be my first choice out of the lineup because I have tried others in the lineup that I like quite a bit. I think I'm giving this a 5 on the Sugoi scale.
I see, and I was thinking 5 on the Sugoi scale for mine.
Yeah.
But if yours is at a 5, I feel like I
Can't
have
do it
to
again.
maybe go a little bit lower.
Can't do it again.
I think I'm going to go a 4 on this. However, I got to preface that Mythical Meats as a whole, that score does not represent this brand.
And that's what's tough is because it's like we're not trying to say the line is not there.
Because the meat sticks themselves are very good. I think we both just had flavors that aren't going to be our favorites.
And that's the thing. And the nice part is if you're sitting there looking at the entire line, you're going to pick your preference. And that's what I did the first time, and it knocked my socks off. I mean, it was incredible.
Absolutely.
And so
the Bard flavor, one of the ones that we actually have right there, it is so good.
Yeah, and that one was buffalo-style chicken with beef. And then I had the Wizard, which was garlic chipotle, and it was incredible.
Yes.
So, I mean, you just got, you pick what you like. But the one that I got, I'm going with the 5. 5 Sugoi today. But like I said, my wife would probably give that a 9.
My fiance wouldn't have eaten it.
All right, cool. Let's jump into our final tasting for this segment. Oh, God.
Oh, here he is. He is watching.
Thanks for the shout-out on stream. Ty, we love you, buddy. I'm glad to have you. Now we're jumping into the Jaga Choco. I don't quite know what to expect out of this. It's a chip that has been dipped in chocolate. I mean, I like chips. I like chocolate. What do you think?
I like chips. I like chocolate. Something about this seems unholy.
Yeah. Well, right away so the packaging does a pretty good job of selling the product. I like the gold lettering. I like the imagery. But at first, they've got cartoon versions of the chips on here, and I thought this was like sour cream and onion flavoring or something, and I was like,
show them
oh,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's speckles here on the potatoes, and I was like, what is this? But now I realize it's a whole potato, not the chip. I was like, is this like a seasoned? Am I gonna get some kind of sour cream chocolate chip?
Could you imagine a sour cream and onion chip?
Yeah,
and then
with
dip
chocolate.
it in
Yeah, I was like, that's not a winner. But I don't think that's the case. But look at this. I mean, beautiful packaging. We're excited. Let's crack it open. Let's see what's inside. Okay. So it is. Let's close up in on this again.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. Wow.
It is covered.
That is a hefty ridge on that chip.
It is, yeah.
And then it is just pooled.
That is
solidified.
Yeah, that is a lot of chocolate per chip.
All right, let's do the damn thing. Cool.
Wow.
All right, that is the Jaga Choco. Cheers.
Oh, my
this is
goodness.
from bourbon too. Bourbon's known for having
They
good
like
chocolate.
stuck together for a second.
Yeah, they did. They clung. Let's do it.
Goodness.
Oh. It's becoming an ASMR video now.
Okay. The chip really isn't a chip.
You think not?
Man, that to me,
Yeah.
texture and flavor wise, feels more like biting into a Kit Kat.
Oh no, I'm wondering if it's Pringly. I'm wondering if it's potato crisp,
Gotcha. Okay.
not chip. Because I agree with you, and I'm just like, what was striking to me is that the damn thing's still crunchy, coated in chocolate.
Yes.
I was really surprised by that. That it maintains a crunch.
And even though the chocolate was thick on there, it's a really light
I'm going
kind
in
of
for
chocolate.
another.
He's going in for another.
Yeah, because I do think it's the difference between the Pringle and the chip is the Pringle is a potato crisp, where they have just taken like a slurry of potato stuff. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Dried it out in that shape. It's like the plywood of chips, really. That's what, and the chip industry had a heyday with this. Just a fun fact. Because Pringles started out calling themselves chips.
We're all learning something.
Yeah, and the potato industry, the chip people are like, absolutely not. This is plywood of chips. Nothing wrong with that, but don't call it a chip. You know, it's the same thing we see playing out now with the dairy industry, where they're like, that ain't almond milk, that's almond juice or what. Don't call it milk. Man. You know what I mean? No, I'm not weighing in one way or the other on that. I'm just saying, I think this is a potato crisp, and I'm going to try another one.
Okay.
Chancellor's not, so I'm wondering what his Sugoi scale's going to be. I like the salty with the chocolate, and the chocolate, damn, Japanese chocolate is hard to compete with. I mean,
it does say potato snack instead of potato chip.
There you go. Chocolate's incredible. I like the salty background. The vehicle of the chip is, you know, it's different.
It really did kind of feel like biting into like a Kit Kat. Like,
yeah.
A Kit Kat with like no ulterior flavor. Just.
I weirdly really like this. I love the saltiness. Like I'm a salty snack person, so to have that then become my sweet snack,
yeah,
I'm here for this. I think I'm gonna give this a solid 6 Sugoi. It wouldn't be my first pick, but I do like it.
I think I'm giving it a 5 Sugoi.
Yeah.
That's how the cookie crumbles. But now,
you get a good amount of them in there too.
Yeah, that is a pretty full cup.
Yeah, you get a lot.
Now we move on to our next segment, which is essentially the same segment we just did in reverse order, but it is. Oh my goodness! It started over on my thing.
No. Snack attack. We're done with snack attack.
And Will It Bulldog.
Will It Bulldog Special Edition.
Special edition, because today, friends, we don't have Bulldog. Today we have Mythical Meats Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath. So Mythical Meats has a line of hot sauce, and they range from it's the Phoenix one. It's that back. Your back light's so bright.
Yeah.
Here, hit it from the top. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So your Dragon's Breath here. They have a Phoenix Fire or something like that. It works up through like
Kraken's Curse.
Yeah. And there's one
Griffin's
more.
Revenge.
Griffin's Revenge. This is their hottest thing. They've got their little scale here.
Yeah, 9.5 out of 10 is what it says.
Yeah, it's the hottest one that they make. Chance is trying to torture me for some reason. I don't know what I've done to him to deserve this. But
it's just fun.
He was really wanting to do this. It looks creamy. It says it has a garlic element to it.
And we're both garlic fans.
Yes, and Carolina Reaper. So I guess we're gonna see, how this goes. Let's read the flavor text. You may never slay a dragon. Savoring this hot sauce is the next best thing. Prepare to face off or melt your face off as Carolina Reaper and garlic unite for a 9.5 out of 10 fiery sensation. So just a recap, Chance pours this on his cereal. This isn't. I mean, I'm doing good with my Valentina's taco sauce. That's usually my level,
When we did the last episode and it was just Bulldog, I was sitting here dipping the entirety of everything into it, and yeah. I don't think I can do that this time. I think I'm gonna have a hard time with it as well.
Yeah.
But Jesse had a lot less Bulldog than I had, but had a lot harder of a time.
I was struggling. And, I will say this must have... Carolina Reaper is the first ingredient, and it requires refrigeration after opening. So this stuff is
it's real deal.
This is the real deal. And you can see the bits.
You see the specs, yes, absolutely.
Floating in there.
That is not a liquid.
No, and garlic is damn near at the bottom of the list. So we'll see.
Essentially, this is we are going to feel the heat not only like through this game, but into the next section when we go into our debate.
Yeah.
It is
You
hot
know,
takes
I
and
think
hot
it's
tongues.
I think it's what gives him the advantage, to be honest, on the hot takes, is he poisons me with this stuff, and then I'm supposed to debate the guy. So. Yeah, like you said, essentially we're just going to work backwards. This is going to go on. Yeah, this is going to go on everything that we've just tried. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this is going to improve the noodles. The noodles were already spicy sesame.
yeah,
there was no heat to the noodle.
I'm interested to try this with the meat sticks.
Yeah.
I want to see what that's going to do.
Yeah, that might get me the punch I like on mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get to it.
I got the cups. Yeah.
All right. So he's putting together our little dip cups here that he will be glugging onto his stuff, and I will be dipping into my stuff in. But I promise I'll get the full effect. No need to worry. Is this the fire? You got the fire?
It is fire, yeah.
The fire sound effects going.
All right, and then before we do anything else,
Chance has worked very hard on this soundboard, so congratulations. You've done a great job on the soundboard.
There it is, guys. That is the hot stuff right there.
Drag your breath. There it is.
Look at it sludging.
Yeah, it's thick. It's real thick.
I'll give you the one that has a little bit less.
Oh, well, very generous.
Now, we do go in opposite order, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we like to assault our taste buds with a sweet thing and with something really hot. That's how we like to start the segment.
You gotta understand
Damn.
that this is for your entertainment more than it is anything else.
Yeah,
at
more
this point.
than for our enjoyment. Honestly, it smells pretty good.
It does actually. Yeah, you can smell the heat. You definitely smell the heat.
You smell heat and garlic.
And garlic, yes.
Okay, well, let me get my chocolatey chip.
Oh, I got one to cup.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is gonna
You're
be
gonna
bad.
You're gonna use that cup ability.
This is
Well, here,
gonna be bad.
Let's.
How much are you doing?
I'm dipping and about to be tripping, I guess.
Oh,
That's a. Am I going too hard? I feel like I've got as much as you, and that's not a good sign. Let me dab a little bit, because I don't know what I'm getting into with this, to be honest. Okay, that feels like a good enough. I'm gonna know what it tastes like.
here, let me get your close up real quick. All right.
Yeah, this
Here's
is where we
my-
stand now. He's got a whole ass drizzle.
Yeah, it's going.
Here we go. This is enough, please, for the love of God. But they at least know what I'm getting into. I might go harder on the noodles. We'll see. All right, ready?
Alrighty, guys, come pie.
Pie. God. Oh my God. Immediately, I will tell you the combination ain't it. That is not it. And the heat is building much faster than the Bulldog. Oh my God.
This may come as a surprise. Chocolate,
It's so aromatic.
potato, garlic, and Carolina Reaper is a really weird combination.
The Reaper.
It's a really weird
It's
combination.
reaping. Oh my God. It has coated the back of the old throat, and it is pungent. It's like I feel like my sweat glands have kicked in, engaged at this point. It's very aromatic, right?
Yeah,
I feel it in my breath.
yeah. I like it.
I'm sure you do.
Ooh.
Okay,
All right,
so
we do.
the special
We do have water on standby.
The special reward for this one, too, if we like the combination, is it will earn a Fire Sugoi. I will go ahead and tell you, this one does not earn my Fire Sugoi.
Absolutely not. No.
No.
It's got to be.
that
It's
is
got to be ramen
hot.
or the meat sticks. Yeah.
That is so hot.
And we did a very little amount. Very little.
And I don't know, I think the chocolate hit first, so I didn't get, like, any garlic. I just got, like, scalded.
Yeah, chocolate weirdly stopped it right at the beginning for me, and then just allowed it to hit hard after.
I feel it's kicking in. It's having a biological effect. I'm gonna have to take the jacket off.
Alrighty.
God.
We now go back to the meat sticks, guys.
Yeah, this might not be so bad. Everywhere that it touched, though, feels injured.
Oh, it's
Like I can tell the spots in my mouth that it touched. So the dragon's breath is.
Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I used to be an adventurer. Me and my dad say that way too much. He was a huge Skyrim fan.
guys. I'm gonna actively regret this, but I'm gonna go harder.
Is this enough? That's a lot, I feel like. I now once again have more on mine than Chance has on his.
What?
This is not good. Okay, now you're globbing. Now you definitely got more than me. Definitely. Right, you ready? Oh, you're gonna show it off? You can show it off.
Hold that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the drip. Alright, here we
That
go.
is how much I put on this meat stick.
I mean,
It's Jesse's.
yeah, you got me this time. For sure.
It's good stuff, guys.
Yeah. Alright, here goes. You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, it transferred onto mine. Oh no. Oh my god. The mildness of the turkey is very welcome at this point.
The sriracha of the meat stick fooled me into feeling like, oh, I'm not getting much spice.
Dude, this stuff is hot.
Pretty hot. Pretty warm. Oh. I will say it's not like Pepper X kind of hot, you know. It's not like.
I mean, I don't even know what that means, but I feel like I can't feel the majority of my tongue at this point. Or I feel it, but it feels like it is watering
down. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my god.
I don't think it improved my meat stick.
No fire Segoy this time. It did. So last time we had a chip, a potato
It
chip.
weirdly enough went really well.
It was a
with
tonkatsu chip, and it was great. My tongue is in pain right now. Dear Lord. It is like a, I don't know, it is like I just licked a hedgehog.
It's pretty hot.
That's what it feels like. I feel like it's less heat and more like needles on my tongue. Oh god, it's going in the noodles next. Okay, holding my fire Segoy. Let's do this. I'm gonna get one more bite of this meat stick. Maybe it'll help.
You gotta calm it down again.
Yeah.
It might honestly like just another one of the chocolate chips.
No, god, no. All right, let's get the noodles. All right. Now, I'll be a little more generous with this, but I have to say, since the broth is like cloudier, I wonder if it's gonna take this up. You know, if you get like a more water-based broth and an oilier substance like this will tend to bubble on it. I think it'll
dilute it a little bit.
I think it's gonna go through it pretty evenly. No, good lord. Drop, 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 drip, 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 drip.
How much are you doing?
A lot. I mean, not as much as you, but this is enough, right? Can I stop?
I'm just gonna do the rest.
Oh my god, you are so crazy.
Go big or go home, right?
I did almost all of it. I love that much.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
want mine?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I was excited about this for some reason.
You got a little trash spot.
Yeah, you can't stack.
There we go. Cool. Now I'm gonna try to mix it. I do think it's gonna go into
that
this.
is required.
And right away, yes, it is. It is missable in this broth.
Should we get a Cooper cameo and make him try the sauce?
Just a little shot of what's left in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do like one of those, like the chip.
Does he like hot stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let's try this and we'll get him in on it. We'll be like, you know what? We just couldn't decide.
Yeah.
If it was hot or not.
Yeah, we need a good Cooper cameo, guys. We're gonna get in a little bit.
We're gonna get Coop's reaction.
I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, it's so hot. You ready?
I think so.
All right. Cheers. Okay, the build is slower. I like this. It's definitely there, but it's not smacking me like stuff just dipped directly into it. This is hot, but I think this will get my Fire Segoy because I do think it's an improvement.
I do think it's an improvement.
Yeah.
I agree on that. It is still hot, but it is not. It doesn't make it doesn't make it unbearable. These other things are. I wouldn't do that again.
No.
Oh, but once it hits, it hits.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man,
It coats, doesn't it?
it does 100%.
Cool. Alright, how much of this do you got left in that cup?
The intensity renews itself.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is, oh my god, yeah, it's still building in my mouth. Oh god. Yeah, we'll let's get Cooper in on this.
Presley, can you call Cooper for us? Can you call Cooper for us in Milwaukee?
He thinks he's in trouble.
Ooh. I don't know if my Red Bull's gonna help or not.
Let's have him dip in that stick in. You break a piece here. Here, that's yours.
Cool.
That's your bit. Your nut.
My bit?
Woo! This is fresh.
All right. When Cooper comes back, he's gonna. Yeah, it's now mainly the forefront of my tongue is just very.
Yeah, very hot. It's where?
It's a break.
He's on break. Should we do that to Landon? Maybe not. Okay. Do you want to try this sauce?
Yes. We're gonna get a nice little Landon cameo
For the first
here.
time ever.
Landon,
On
I'm
Otaku
just gonna
Outtakes.
get you on the close-up camera, okay? Okay. Okay, so
We have a we're gonna call this a Lando cameo.
Lando cameo. You're gonna take
so this is
stick,
that's a fresh bite. I
a
broke
fresh
it off
bite.
for you.
Yep. You're gonna dip it just a little bit in that sauce.
You tell us what you think.
And tell us what you think.
Is it spicy or not spicy?
Alright. Spicy or not spicy?
He says not spicy. I say spicy. You probably need a little bit more than that.
A little more than that?
Yeah.
Okay, Chance says not spicy, you say spicy.
Correct. Yeah, you're gonna be the tiebreaker.
How's that?
That looks good.
That looks good to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lando cameo. I feel like I could feel the injury of everywhere that it touched my mouth. Like third
I
degree
think I would have to
burn.
agree with Jesse on that. Oh my god. Is the stick itself spicy?
A little
A
bit.
little sriracha.
Do you see the smoke?
yeah. So it's spicy. It's pretty damn spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy.
It's the dragon's breath.
Yeah, I mean, it's good though. It has a really good flavor.
Yeah, the garlic is nice.
Yeah, it has. Ooh. Yeah, this is one of those, like, it has a really good flavor to it, but it definitely is
It's
spicy.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, once it builds,
Yeah.
it's gonna keep building, sir. I'm sorry. Please have a bottle of water if you need it. Thank you, Landon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, well now I have a belly full of fire. Ready for the next segment?
We are ready for the next segment.
Good lord. Oh, did it reset again?
Again, I don't know how. We'll get that fixed for next time, guys.
Oh, look at that.
But hot takes.
Time for those hot takes.
It is now time for the game part of our show.
Oh, did we get any topic suggestions?
Not quite yet, but I'm sure we will after it starts.
The stakes are high.
The stakes are high because I am the reigning Super Sentai champion.
Super S-Rank Sentai Supreme. Super Sentai. I'm gonna get that title today. Who started last time?
We rolled a dice board.
Let's do it.
Okay. Do you want odds or evens?
I'll take.
I rolled last time.
No, you roll. I'll take even. What'd you get?
That is a natural 1.
Okay. Well, looks like you're up. Natural 1.
Natural 1. And as always, it is. It's incredible. Oh.
What's he gonna pick? What's he gonna pick? Now again, while he's deciding on a topic, I have to remind everyone, just because I will be arguing against it does not mean I personally believe whatever it is that I'm arguing. That's what makes it fun.
The question is, should classic game franchises like Pokemon stick to the formula, or should they innovate?
Okay.
My stance is innovation. I think that no matter how tried and true you are, I think experimentation leads the way to success, whether it's success that you planned for, success that you didn't. Like the people who make Elden Ring, Dark Souls, you know what they used to make? They used to make mech games. They used to make Armored Core.
I didn't know that.
Armored Core is from Software.
Oh.
So if they not had played around with this little thing called Demon Souls, we would not get to where we're at now. I think innovation is phenomenal. I think there's still room for classic formula, but I think innovation is the true route to go. I will let you now give me your stance.
Yeah, well, I think that I mean, cool, I didn't know that about Armored Core. I think you've got a point. But when it comes to success and profitability, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Especially when you talk about a franchise like Pokemon, who has notoriously kept to the same formula, for better or worse, over the decades, as the most successful media franchise of all time. You'd think of, and what have we been talking about all day today? Monster Hunter. How far has it deviated from its original formula? And it just puts out hit after hit after hit. Same, I mean, and you know, you can make cases on smaller IPs, but especially when it comes to Pokemon, I mean, that's hard to argue against. I mean, more money than Disney, or like Mickey Mouse, I have to point out, as far as the media side of it goes. I mean, that's insane.
I see where your point is, but I raise you Call of Duty. Yeah. Call of Duty has stuck to the same formula, and every game gets worse.
Listen, I'm not that's not my argument. My argument is it successful? Should they, especially if you're running the company, are you going to change it?
Fans are going to get tired of the same thing over and over again, especially if they are paying for the same thing over and over and over again. Man.
I think I got this one.
You think you got this one?
The money talks, man.
I think not. I think that money talks when the players suffer. I think that innovation is what gives players the choice to do different things and new things. I think even just room for innovation within a game is important. And I will also say Monster Hunter has had tons of innovation.
In some areas, but the formula I feel like is fairly similar.
You have the very strong gameplay loop, but it's open world now.
They've added features.
It's open world now. Yeah. You can have 2 weapons, not just one. You have a mount.
Feature changes.
Pokemon, man, they also have made innovations. It's the same tried and true formula, but now there's an open world game. Yeah. There's so much that.
But I would just say though, especially those 2 franchises, have they introduced new capabilities and gotten the setting to be more open? Absolutely, I'll concede that. But in both cases, where if they had chose innovation as a pathway, those games would not look and feel like they look and feel, I believe, because then you're back to the argument of Armored Core to Elden Ring. I'm sure those things are night and day difference. That is a company that decided to try something new, versus when you talk about Pokemon or Monster Hunter, have they added things? Yes, but the core formula remains the same. And they have been tremendously successful. So, you know.
I will also raise, like, you know, innovation while formula still being there is, you know what I mean? Like, think of, you know, how successful was Palworld.
Yeah.
Where, and that is just innovation on top of the idea. You know, so I'm still going to stand by my point. You people at home, I'm pointing at here, but it's you. Why don't you guys tell us who you think took that victory?
Please,
there?
Yes, let us know. That, now, I will say before you jump the gun, I'm not necessarily saying they you know, the innovation is a terrible thing. I'm just saying these companies have found a lot of success by sticking with what they know. For better or worse, they have found a tremendous success by sticking with what they know. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Cool. I'm going to jump into the next one.
Awesome. It's your turn. Yes, please pick the next one.
So we do try to keep these into categories. So we try to touch on things, you know, that are interest, you know, across the board for anything that falls under the otaku umbrella, as we call it. I think that, well, here's the question. Are live-action adaptations of anime a good idea? And although I think this is one that could be argued pretty robustly, I am of the opinion that it is not a good idea, and I'll tell you why. Obviously, there are some outliers, but for the most part, when you try to do these anime to live action adaptations, they fall on their face. Attack on Titan. You had, maybe Ghost in the Shell did okay. I mean, you just have example after example of these things flopping and hard. And I guess I posit the question: why are we doing this in the first place? Just because it's popular in anime, why do we need to turn it into a live action? Do they say, okay, well, the biggest movie of last year was, I didn't watch the Oscars. I'm not an Oscars person, but whatever. Let's just say I did watch Wicked, and I love that quite a bit. What if they're like, you know what, Wicked did so well, why aren't we doing an anime adaptation of Wicked? You know what I mean?
That wouldn't surprise me if someone would do that, though.
But it feels like a one-way street. Like, we're hell-bent on adapting anime to live action, but I feel like it's not really reciprocated. Like, they're not just falling over themselves to turn live action success into anime.
Scott Pilgrim.
But I would say it started as the manga.
That's true. It's true.
And so it got adapted to live action from its original source material. So I do not think it is. It's a good idea. I think, honestly, I think it's a waste of time and resources that could be put into something original.
And I will take the opposite stance.
Compellingly, I feel.
All right. Live action adaptations are a good idea in theory. There has been plenty of bad anime adaptations. I think we can all agree upon that. I don't think anyone is trying to say that does not exist. Let me get there. However, think about something as ridiculous, as wonky, as zany, as out there as the anime One Piece.
Yes.
And that happens to be what the most successful live service not live service, but live action adaptation.
Only. And I think the word you're looking for is only. But go ahead.
And it took us a while to get there. And when it's not done, it still has season 2 that's coming out. I think it is that we are having to learn how to do these things. I think that anything is a great medium, and as long as it's learned to be done properly. Think about what anime looked like before, you know what I mean, we got to where we are modern, how much resources it got put into it. It looked bad.
What? Vintage anime?
Some of it, yeah.
From the Like, how vintage are we talking?
Well, like 40s, 50s.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like Code Geass is like your favorite anime.
Code Geass is like my favorite anime.
That's
It's one.
like
It's
that.
up there.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like not like what we colloquially will call anime, but what
Like the
animation.
medium.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where the medium actually started.
Got it.
And it takes time to develop a skill. And just because you have a good idea for an adaptation
Sure.
doesn't mean it's going to be executed properly. But I think One Piece, the TV show, the live action, is a incredible example of not only can it be done, it can be done well.
Yeah.
You have every single actor that watches the show is likes the characters.
Yeah.
It is there. You had the creator of the manga that was heavily involved. So, do I think it can be done? Absolutely, but it takes love. It takes care. It is not something you do just simply for the cash grab. So, in fact, I do think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea for more creators to do this because we get more quality live action stuff.
Yeah.
You get more quality things.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a great point on the one example that stands. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna pour the real time and energy into it and not just try to recycle it to make a buck because it worked well as an anime, and you're gonna try to do it as a show, and try to be true to the original content. You know, sure, One Piece does show that it can be successful, but how many times are you gonna, especially if it's a formula that isn't easy to implement, where it's like, yeah, you're right, you had a very dedicated cast, you've got dedication to the core material, and it did really, it's done really, really well. People are highly, the second season's highly anticipated, but how replicable is that? You've got a track record of failure after failure after failure, and it's like, okay, so is it just you're holding out for that diamond in the rough? You're gonna keep pouring resources into this area until for the one occasional one.
I think One Piece set the standard, and I think anything that comes out after that has that as that ideal point. And again,
That's TBD.
One Piece is wild. It's ridiculous for that to be the thing that turned out good.
Yeah.
There's so many like animes that could be very
More
easily
reasonable
adaptable.
settings.
Yeah, that happen within a real life context,
Yeah.
and could be very easily brought to a live action, and it wouldn't take all of that resources to do.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this: what if, because of the creators' involvement in the live action, would you be of the opinion that if they could either go one of two routes, they could either pull that attention back towards the anime and be able to expedite production on the anime, since it is still an ongoing show, versus time split between anime and live action to be able to generate both mediums, which side of the fence would you be on?
I mean, is it the same company that's doing both things?
It requires the same attention, at least from the creator. Because, and I'm just saying hypothetically, I mean, they might be able to juggle both of these at the same time, I have no idea. But I'm just saying, if this was an option, was to double time the anime versus slow down the schedule to make room for the live action to maintain its course, which would you pick? Because I feel like this, and the reason I'm asking this is because I feel like it's to my point of, why are we doing this? It's fine as an anime, right? You love it as an anime.
To answer your question, the original question, I think that depends upon the thing.
Yeah.
I think that depends upon the source. Because if you're talking about like One Piece, it's like me myself, I'd rather have the show than the live action.
Yeah.
But there are probably many other IP sources, like video games, things of that nature, where I might I would say, hey, yeah, no, please stop working on this original thing and work on this on ancillary thing. I think that comes down to personal choice.
Like what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I stand pretty firm in, if it works as an anime, that's awesome. Let's keep it an anime. And you know what? Take that energy and put it into an original film. Do something awesome with it. Are there or whatever it is, series or whatever the thing is. Are there some outliers? Absolutely, but I will say, and maybe you're right, and maybe it is a craft to be honed, but the track record is.
But your
abysmal.
argument of why do we do this?
Yeah.
Why make it into an anime if it was a great manga? Why make an anime at all if it was doing great as a manga?
That's a good point. At this point, it's like industry standard.
Yeah.
So
that
now in the beginning, yeah, you might have had a point, and I could have been the one saying, why are we messing with the source material?
Supply and demand, man.
And that's what it is. But I'm just saying, if it was just because you have success in one medium, I just feel like in general that shouldn't necessitate converting it to something else, especially where you're not getting traction. What I can't speak to is, did it take time for them to catch traction from the manga to anime adaptations in the first place, like we have seen in anime to live action? Because we have a track record of failure time and time and time again. I don't know that was the case with manga to anime. So you might have a point, but I don't know that.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, where does it end? You're like, okay, the Mona Lisa, people seem to like that. Let's turn it into an anime. I mean, they might. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just like, where's the line? What?
We have, if it ain't broke, don't live action adapt it.
Absolutely. There's just, and I feel like the whole my biggest point that I'm trying to make is, why are we doing it this way when you don't see it done the other way? What is the push to turn the anime into the live action when you don't see the same? Well, it was a great movie, let's turn it into an anime. Like, why this one road weird conversion?
Do you know how many different series and movies there are for Neon Genesis Evangelion? And the story's different every time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have a why. Sometimes the answer is why not.
Okay, but if you're the studio throwing away money on these failed projects, your opinion might be like, we don't do that anymore. Yeah, you're right. There might be a new precedent with One Piece, but we don't know that.
Yep.
This could just be the golden goose of adaptations. The one that worked out.
It's fair.
Yeah. So you guys let that marinate.
Let that marinate. Tell us who you think won that one. I will say, I didn't know what I was gonna do with that one. One Piece came into my head right after I started it, and I was like, I'm running with this one.
One Piece is it's the golden example.
It really is.
If you're gonna put the time into the set building and the casting and stay true to the source material, they did it. They checked all those boxes. But that's not an easy feat.
Nope.
So that's what makes me, I feel like the reason we discuss these things in the first place is because they were like, it did well as an anime. It's basically the Disney model, right? They're like, Lion King did great as an animated film. Let's turn it into a live action film because we're doing this now. Little Mermaid was great as an animated. No, let's live action. We're going to cash back in. So you have these studios trying to do the same thing with anime. It's a quick, we're just going to convert it over. We're going to cash those checks again. And up until One Piece, I feel like that was the approach, and it just did not work. And then One Piece was the one to say, okay, if we really actually put the time and effort in, you can put out a good product.
Well, and you also remind me of another interesting point along with that concept too, is it's not, when you talk about live action, it's not even just the popularity and the demand of the source. Sometimes it's the demand of the actors.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you have a really popular actor you want to put in that position too. So you're kind of weighing on both of those things. But that's not even for trying to. We're done with the debate on that one. But that was just an interesting little bit of lore there.
Extra.
Now we do have an interesting one here in the comments, and it is my turn. So this one is fun for me. Up for debate: My Hero Academia is the best anime. That is the thing that was written. My stance. And this is my actual stance. This is, quote me, this is my actual 100% honest stance.
The true life opinion of Chance.
My Hero Academia is trash. What?
Yeah, he hates My Hero Academia.
I really do, man. I'm not a fan of like. I don't know a better way to say this than like I guess like a crybaby character. You know what I mean? Where it's like every other episode, it's like the worst thing in the world has happened, and they're crying, and how do they get back from this? When that happens too often, I get really thrown away from that. And then also, I grew up in a family home that we all did martial arts. And even just very basic things were known very early age. Why did it take him 5 seasons to learn that he could throw a kick?
It's a special kick.
And that's his special attack.
It's a special kick.
His special attack is that he learned to kick. That is so dumb.
What am I arguing that this is the best anime of
You
all
are
time?
arguing that this is the best anime.
So, honest opinion, I really enjoy My Hero Academia. I'm a fan of My Hero Academia. And it is certainly not trash. I am a long-time fan of the superhero genre. You know, of course, the MCU has been big in the past decade-ish or so, longer now. But even before that, like, I was a comic book kid. I was superheroes, and so I feel like a lot of these characters, some of the quirks are a little goofy, but overall, I'm not aware of a modern superpowered individual anime that I've enjoyed more than My Hero Academia. And while I'm thrown off by the crybaby archetypes as well, but and there are some, like I enjoy Demon Slayer too, and Zenitsu in this, or even Armin in Attack on Titan. These two, I don't know if it's the pitch of their voice, but they get me to my core.
Took me a while to get through first season of Attack on Titan, because Eren was that crybaby archetype in season 1.
And so, but Deku doesn't really. I'll say he's definitely had his crybaby moments, but he doesn't I feel like this. If you stick with the show, you see this character development, and he's not so much of a crybaby. And I love the way that they built this up. And you've seen a lot of character development across many of the headliners at this point. So I would definitely disagree that it's a trash anime.
The thing that I am going to give points to My Hero for, and what I think that they did right, was the creative use of superpowers. I do think that they did that really well. I think that they made a lot of very interesting superpowers, and the way that they work. There's some that you don't see in other superhero things. I thought that was great. The characters
are phenomenal.
Awful. The storytelling and the story in general, lackluster.
Great. Oh, the pacing. Oh my god, especially early on. I mean, you were just, so that's the thing, I don't have a lot of time for a ton of filler, and I felt like I was just moving through it. Even the stuff that was filler, I felt like I was just, I felt like the pacing of the show, especially earlier on in the show, was really great. And yeah, I don't know, I've enjoyed what I've seen. I'm not caught up, I need to catch up, but
I have seen few episodes that I was like, hey, that wasn't bad.
We got another topic.
We do, absolutely, and that was a good one for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is this? Pokemon is the best video game of all time, and I'm just going to come right out and say...
we're going to go to the next topic here. Let us know who won that one.
Be thinking about that. That's just very polarizing. I feel like you either like My Hero or
it's one or the other.
The Pokemon being the best video game is kind of going to be the same thing, and I'm going to say absolutely it is. I've been playing Pokemon since I was 10 years old or something. I'm playing Blue on my Game Boy and living my best life, and I don't think I've missed a single generation. It's incredible. There's something nostalgic about it, and I don't know. I love the franchise. Clearly, it's most successful for a reason.
Pokemon's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to say it's not a good game. Of course they're great games. They've been there for a reason. Is it the best game? No. It's not even the best game of that generation. I would rather, and to this day, I would rather grab my Game Boy, and I will put in Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past before I put in Pokemon.
Yeah.
I will admit Pokemon is great. I will not say it is the best. I had to borrow your copy of Scarlet and Violet just to play Scarlet and Violet.
I have to point out, I feel like the question is phrased as if it's the best video game franchise, because they do. Oh no, is that the same commenter that says except Scarlet and Violet?
No, that is a different comment.
Oh, okay. Well, I still feel like, because I mean, Pokemon the best video game. We're not talking about the original. I think we're talking about the franchise.
I think so. I would say that's what they're saying.
And so, as a franchise, yeah, I'm here for it. I think it's the best. It's the best for a reason. I mean, we were just joking about this. I am a pharmacist, and I know more Pokemon names than brand drug names, because it is that good. There's something about it. I don't know. Now, is it perfect? No. Certainly not. I think that I personally have a lot of pointers I'd love to give Pokemon, but it's still always, if I can pick one franchise that I have been dedicated to for the longest out of anything that I have played, especially, I mean, from being a kid to now, like, I got no beef with Mario, but I'm not like running out to grab the new Mario game, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Played the hell out of that when I was a kid. The closest other second would be Zelda. I mean, that's where I would be. It's Zelda and Pokemon. I mean, I've been playing these games since I was a kid. Now, whereas Pokemon has stayed a little closer to their formula, Zelda is clearly, I feel like they're taking bigger jumps into expanding what you can do in those games. But yeah, I mean, I love that franchise.
This isn't even a part of the debate at this point, but I do want to throw out there what I think is the best game franchise. And I feel like this is one where it's you either fully disagree with me or you fully agree with me. And I'm going to say Elder Scrolls. My whole life has been spent playing Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Blades.
I've not even played I played the online a tidbit.
I loved Elder Scrolls. That has to be my answer for what is the best. But man, even if we're just talking best Nintendo, I'm gonna go Zelda.
Yeah, I hear you. Zelda's great. I mean, it's hard to say otherwise. But Pokemon, I mean, if you walk into my office,
he's got Pokemon.
What's got the most real estate? It's definitely Pokemon.
The Master Sword.
I do have a Master Sword, but when it comes to
physically,
real estate,
I still think that takes up the most space, though. I really do.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, no, it's great. All right, let's jump into one more of these.
All right.
Did we get any more? No. Okay.
No, and I believe it's my turn to choose.
All right. What did we do last? An anime category on here?
Yeah, we did gaming, anime, then we did another anime, then another game, so I guess I'll do one from pop culture.
Let's see what he cooks up.
Okay.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
Should cosplay competitions emphasize fun over perfection, or is the competition the whole point? Competition's the whole point. The whole point. It's in the name. If you want to just cosplay. But the whole point of the competition is for you to be judged on a rubric, and that's judged against other people and their cosplays.
Yeah.
If you want to have all of the thing, like have all the attention of a competition, but then no one tells you where you did and did not go wrong.
Sure.
Then just go cosplay.
Yeah.
But no, cosplay competitions, it should 100% be graded upon a set rubric.
Yeah. I will take this opportunity to point out we do cosplay competitions.
We 100% do.
Here, we do have a rubric.
We do.
And perfection is not the only score on the rubric. Mm-hmm. The person vibing with their character and who is like essentially having fun. I mean, I don't think fun is not one of the things on there, but it is like, what's their charisma for, how much do they know about this character, how they vibe with the character is definitely in our scoring system anyway, and I like to think it's probably in a lot of other shows because it matters. I mean, because people should be able to cosplay and compete without being seamstresses, right? I mean, that's my opinion.
They should be able to have fun and compete without being seamstresses. But guess what? A seamstress is just going to be better than you. That's the hard facts.
In appearance. And is that what it comes down to? I say no.
And I will also say, yes, that is in our rubric, but we also do plenty of other casual events where fun is the emphasis. So here that makes sense. But if you go to a legitimate, think about the highest, biggest cosplay, a convention at that point. You have worked tirelessly for months.
Yeah, and you come out like a robot in a beautiful cosplay.
But and that has nothing to do with that. But let's say just someone who is just skipping along and doesn't look nearly as cool with you, and they beat you. Yeah. They put in half the work, half the effort. Is that fair? Because they were having more fun than you, so it seemed to the judge. No, it should be graded upon a rubric.
Yeah. I think the attitude of the cosplayer, there's an emotional component that is definitely there, and I feel like it's because I've seen it. I mean, it's if I've got, for example, we've had Deadpools compete in the past, even though it's not anime themed, just because our cosplay contests are open. If somebody, especially when you get a character that has like a very boisterous personality, I am totally going to be leaning towards the one if the cosplay is not as polished, but they are evoking the character like much better, like the mannerisms, the attitude, the language, that sort of thing. And they might not, how their hemlines might not be perfect, and the other one is just the wallflower over there. It matters. I'm sorry, it matters, and that's definitely going to be the one that I lean towards, and that's gonna play across most characters, just because most of the time anime, these characters have distinct personalities by design. And so maybe you occasionally get a character where it's like they're kind of just more reserved or quiet or whatever, and then perfection is going to take you a lot further. But on the whole, I think the personality, the portrayal of the character matters quite a lot.
I will also concede to say that. Does competition mean that there should be no fun in it? No.
Yeah.
But the argument is, should the competition emphasize fun over it? No, I don't. I think fun should be involved, but the quality of what you were there to do is the thing that you were there for in the first place.
Yeah. Well, and I think obviously in this case, I think that's going to come up to the venue. I mean, ours definitely emphasizes fun, but you're right. I mean, if you're at a big show, if you're at Anime Expo, that might not be the case. The quality of people have clearly made careers out of cosplay.
Oh yeah.
And so I mean, you've heard both sides of the story. You can decide which way should competitions go,
and
emphasize the fun or the perfection. And
as we do kind of our little outro conversations, just as we're kind of closing out, please comment up in here. Tell us who you think won that. Who is the supreme S-ranked super?
It's certainly not going to be a continuing reign, right? Do we have time for one more, or are we out of time?
We have 8 minutes.
Oh, good lord. We might. Okay, well, let's just. How about this? This will be an unofficial one. We'll just see where we stand on this. Okay. We wanted to bring in a food one, because we do carry so much, so much cool imported snacks and stuff. We do have a lot of fact. Should the snack companies bring back the limited time flavors permanently, or does scarcity make them special? And I'm right out the gate a little conflicted on this, because I like the scarcity of something until I miss out on it, right?
Yep.
So I'm still, even though I'm still going to lean more towards, so what they'll do, like for example, the chip that we debuted last time was a tonkatsu chip. That's gone.
I think that is gone.
And it said it was a limited time flavor. It's gone. We don't have it anymore since a month ago. and it is what it is. And if I hadn't got to try it and I knew that we had it, I'd be a little bummed about that. But I did get to try it, and so I've got I can just put that in the bank. I tried it; it was great, and maybe they'll come out with something similar at some point. What do you think about it?
I would honestly say, I'm conflicted on that too, because I feel like the scarcity makes it more meaningful. But if it becomes one of those things that it's like it's your new favorite thing, it's like, oh, that's the worst thing in the world. Than anything else.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's I think the scarcity is fine.
Yeah.
I think it makes it exciting.
I do too.
When you do get to try it. And what you don't know won't hurt you if you never know it was available in the first
Especially
place,
if it comes out let's say at a certain basis of time, like a Christmas flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have something to look forward to.
Right. I feel like that was just the right amount of time for my mouth to recover.
Yeah, my mouth feels fine now.
Yeah, I've recovered. So cool. All right. Well, we got our last. We'll wrap it out. Oh, we got to announce. Who do we have? Who won? I think I did. Flip back through those comments.
You think you did?
Yeah, flip back through those comments. I think I got it this time.
I don't think anyone said
Gotta have Riz
yes
to
or
win.
no.
That was mine.
AOT is the best. Gasp.
Let's see. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it on the live action. Got multiple of those. I think I'm taking it.
Because L?
Yeah. That's cool. Thanks, L.
All right, I have lost my championship.
The title.
I have lost it to...
The S-Rank Senpai Supreme. I'll take it. We need a belt. We need a belt. That'd be so sick. So sick. Cool. I'm gonna hang on to this mantle. Yeah, for a month at least. All right. So this is our last call, final segment. Any comments or questions or feedback that you guys have, please drop those in the comments section. Anything else we need to drop before we get out of here?
D&D next weekend. It's a Monster Hunter D&D. Please come check us out. If you haven't come to any of our events, they are a whole lot of fun. We do everything on our website, otakutakeout.co. You'll find tickets for everything. Thank you for watching this. Let's see, what else we got? We have that cosplay workshop festival. We will have dates on within the next week. So we will be getting that posted onto Facebook. So follow us on there.
And like Chance said, check out the website in the events section. Whether a thing is a paid event or free event, it's all there. Listed on there. So you'll get to check out the whole calendar of what's coming up.
Yep, anything we do, we put it there.
Cool. Well, and with that, I'd say that's
our take.
See you next time.